Greetings, this is your God State check-in, and the good word for today is you are stuck right now because you don't trust yourself. You are stuck right now because you don't trust yourself. Now you might be thinking, well, Rook, no, I do trust myself, but I just got a lot going on and I'm stuck. And I'm here to show you that you're a damn lie. Yeah. I'm going to show you that you're a damn lie. You don't trust yourself. You don't. You don't. And that's a problem. Because when you don't trust yourself, you're telling me that you don't have confidence in you and your abilities, which let me know that your attention is on everything that you're not. Your attention is on the problem. Your attention is on the circumstance. That's what that tells me. Because when you trust yourself, ain't no problems. When you trust yourself, every move you make, you know it's the right move. When you don't trust yourself, such a such a wicked place to be in. Because everything trickles down from that. When I don't trust myself, I got to second guess every decision I make. When I don't trust myself, I get thrown into this tendency to see all that I'm not, right? I second guess, am I really a good person? Am I not a good person? If I really do this, does this make me less than what I said I was? Like you go into mental overdrive because you don't just trust. You don't trust completely. No, I ain't even gonna say completely because it's either you trust or you don't trust. It ain't no complete trust or half trust or 50% trust. No, either you do or you don't. Either you do or you don't. And you're stuck right now because you don't trust yourself. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. This one young lady was like, how can you always, how do you be knowing? Because I know, nigga. In the words of Mom Dukes, I done been where you at, baby. I done been where you at, and I know you're not trusting yourself. I know you're not trusting yourself. I know your mind is not on all of what is true. I know your mind is not on whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely and of good report. You ain't thinking on them things. What you're thinking about is the problem. What you're thinking about is that you could possibly lose every time you calculate the cost. Every time you tell me about what you lost, you let me know right there you don't trust yourself. Because a God knows ain't no loss. You talking about to me. I can't lose. It's nothing the world can show me that's going to equate a loss to me. I don't care what it is, people, place, or thing. So you stuck right now because you in your mind stirring over the bullshit of how I thought it was going to look. This was supposed to be my moment. This is supposed to be my moment. I'm always behind the eight ball. How can you miss an opportunity when you creating the opportunities? Listen to yourself. How can you miss an opportunity when it's you who creating the opportunity every moment? I'm creating everything. If I'm all that is, then I'm the appearance of loss as well as the appearance of gain. I am all of it. So if I ever see the appearance of loss and the appearance of lack and the appearance of being stuck, I just choose again. No, thank you. Not my assumption, not my reality. Not my assumption, not my reality. That's what I gave the group today as a question, as a trigger for this week. Every single time you feel yourself melting down, feeling sorry for yourself, mulling over some bullshit, you need to ask yourself, what am I assuming right now? What am I assuming? Because to even feel pitiful, you got to be assuming that you're not what you are. And you are everything. What am I assuming? What am I assuming? Am I assuming that I'm all powerful? Am I assuming that I am everything? Am I assuming that can't nobody get it done but me? Am I assuming that I always show up for me? Am I assuming that my reality is simply a reflection of my inner state? Am I assuming that I'm always in the driver's seat? Am I assuming that I always get what I want? Am I assuming that everything always works in my favor? Tell me what you're assuming. Because you stuck right now because you choosing to be stuck. The idea of even being stuck tells me what you assume, that it's even possible. And it ain't possible until you say it is. What are you assuming? You assuming that the outer world dictate when it's you who dictate. You assuming that the circumstance, if I can just get this sign out there, if I move the needle, if I wake up one morning and I done came up in this way, that's when I know I arrived. No, absolutely fucking not. I move the needle because I am the needle. And I'm the one that's doing the moving. I'm all of it. You stuck. You stuck right now because you believe it's possible for you to be stuck. You stuck right now because you don't trust yourself. If you had unwavering, unrelenting, unequivocal, knowing in yourself, trust in yourself. If you say to you, I got you, ain't no way you ain't gonna get what you want. Ain't no way that you stuck. Ain't no way you in hell. Hell no. Ain't no way you in hell. Ain't no way possible. It's impossibility. And we don't even believe in impossibilities. Who do you say I am? What do you say about you? What do you say that you're looking at? What do you say about the reality that you're seeing? Do you let it trigger you? Are you Eve in the garden? Because that's what it represented. Are you moving by way of intuition or are you reacting based on impulse? Because the thought, I woke up in a bad mood and, I just had that bad thought and it just ruined my day. No, you ruined your day because you chose to ruin your day. Can't nothing ruin my day. Say it. Can't nothing ruin my day. Can't nobody ruin my day. You're not, you're not listening to what I'm saying. What am I assuming? This is what you need to ask yourself every time you notice you spiraling, because even that's an assumption. Everything is an assumption. The idea that I'm spiraling, the idea that I'm getting it wrong, the idea that I'm off my game, the idea that I'm behind, the idea that time is getting away from me. Assumptions. All assumptions that you can shift any moment. Boom. This is the way it go now. This is a big screen that I'm looking at. I'm all of it. I'm all of it because I'm all that is. So I ain't banging on the good or the bad. I ain't banging on the up or the down because I'm all of it. If I'm seeing something reflected that no longer fits my preference, swipe. Not my assumption, not my reality. Boom. Not my assumption, not my reality. This is how it goes down. You don't talk to yourself like this. You don't talk to yourself like there is no room for error. I can't error. I'm up. When I trust a person, think about what that means when you trust a person. You don't give them room for error. When you get in the car and you call a damn Uber, you do not consider the likelihood that they're going to crash. Well, Rook, is a possibility. Your ass don't consider it. I don't give a damn if it's a possibility or not. You do not consider. Do you consider that they might be under the influence? No. No. Do you consider that they might not even have a driver's license? Well, no, because that's kind of impossible. Shut up. When you go out of town and you go on vacation, right? You over in another country. These people take you wherever. You assume that they got good intentions. You assume that they're gonna bring your funky ass back. You assume that they have taken the proper procedures and precautions to strap you in and do whatever to make sure that you're safe, but you don't fucking know, do you? You know because you say you know. Why? Because it's an assumption. Everything works like that. The assumption is that I'm good. The assumption is that I'm taken care of. The assumption is that every precaution, every necessary thing that is needed is in place, done, finish. Every resource that I could ever need, got it. Every provision that could ever be made, got it, done. I'm ready and it's done. I'm ready and it's done. There's nothing else to discuss. Every time the thought comes up, you interrupt it. You interrupt it. This is your task. I do not care what you have studied about the world. I do not care. It's cool. What does it matter? You've studied somebody else's work more than you've studied your own. Congratulations. And you still a sucker in this game. So now what? Now what? Now what? You still folding like everybody else. Now what? Come on. I'm on one today. Come on. You need to get sick of your own shit. You need to get sick of that own pity party that you keep replaying over and over again and get your ass up and get on the throne. Because you the only one that got off of it. Ain't nobody knocked you off. No, my haters ain't no damn haters. The fact that you even say that, the fact that you even put that in the script, you have the pen in your hand. You are the director, you are the writer, you are the producer, and you mean to tell me you wrote in haters? Why you do that? Why you do that? No, everybody work in my favor. Everybody on my squad, everybody, they all coming together. They all coming together for me. They all coming to see about me. I put them niggas to work for me. I ain't banging with nobody. And they ain't banging with me. No, they come in peace because I come in peace. I don't need no hater for motivation. What you talking about? I ain't got no haters. I got lovers, baby. You love me. That's why you here. I know. Appreciate it. Love you too. What am I assuming about me? What am I assuming about me? What am I assuming when I'm balled up, curled up in a corner somewhere? When I'm in my closet crying? When I'm in the shower having a breakdown? When I'm in my car having a breakdown? When I'm outside smoking having a breakdown? I ain't got no problem with a breakdown. Breakdown is good because we love all of it. All of it is good. I'm telling you, in the midst of the tears, you need to be saying to yourself, this don't change a damn thing. In the midst of you having a meltdown, you need to say to yourself, it don't change nothing. I still am that I am. I still make this motherfucker move. I make the sun rise and shine. Well, Rook, you don't do all that. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. This is my reality. I make the world go round. I make it go up and down. It's me that do it. I am all that is. You don't get to limit me. You don't get to give me restrictions. And I'm saying, if you feel like you stuck right now, then unstuck your ass. And you get unstuck by taking your attention off the problem. You get unstuck by shifting your assumptions. You revise it. You don't even make that a possibility. You say to yourself, I can't be stuck. I don't care what it looked like. Yeah, I know the bill bounce. Yeah, your account in the negative. Fuck it. Fuck it. I never seen a righteous forsaken. That's what the good book says. I never seen a righteous forsaken or their children begging for bread. What that mean? What that mean? Huh? What is righteousness? Right use of the mind. I ain't never seen nobody rightly use the mind, go without, or their children beg for bread. Who are the children? The thought children. The thought children. Huh? Huh? I keep my mind stayed on thee. That's how I stay in perfect peace. I meditate on that word day and night that I might not sin against thee. What that mean? I keep all of whatsoever is true, whatsoever is honest, whatsoever is just, whatsoever is lovely. I think on that. I keep that word hid in my heart. What is my heart? My mind. That I might not sin against thee. What is sin? Error in thinking. When I take myself off the throne, I have sinned. When I consider that I'm pitiful, I've sinned. When I doubt, I sin. When I fear, I sin. When I think the world determines, I sin. When I think the world decides, when I think the circumstance decides, when I give the power to the thought and forget that it's I that powers the thought, I sin. So I keep my mind stayed on thee. I meditate on the word. I keep the word before me. I put it in my spirit day and night. I'm reminding myself that no matter how it looks, that I'm in control because all that is all that I am. That it is awareness. Everything is pure consciousness. That is it. I ain't banging with nobody, and I certainly ain't banging with myself. Come on. Now, damn, I had a verse today. Those weren't even the verses of the day. Those are not even the verses of the day. Do you hear me? What was the verse for the day? Let me see. Let me give you something good. Let me give you something good. Let's go to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. What does it say? Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. We're talking about the mind. The heart is the mind. Lean not into thy own understanding. You don't lean into the limited perspective. You don't lean into any thoughts that say that what it is that you truly desire, what is pulling you, what is calling you, that it is separate from you. You don't lean into that understanding. But in all thy ways acknowledge him. In all thy ways acknowledge him. What is him? Awareness. You acknowledge that I am awareness, and in what I keep my attention on is what I become aware of. The manifestation is a what? It's the outer form of the inner state. That's all the manifestation is. So I ain't got to trip on the thought, because the thought is reflecting the inner state. If I don't choose, like, whoa, I don't really want that, I don't really like that, then I have to shift my inner state. Well, how do I do that? I ain't got to do no work. Ain't no work required. I just put my attention on what I want, and I keep coming back to it over and over. I keep reminding myself over and over. I keep intercepting any bullshit that come through, and I ask myself, what am I even assuming? To assume that I'm doing it wrong, I got to take myself off the throne. To assume that I ain't her, I got to take myself off the throne. To assume that I'm stuck, I got to take myself off the throne. He said, it said, lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge awareness. Acknowledge that I am. It is what I am aware of being that dictates my reality, and he shall direct thy paths. Let your awareness take you where you want to go. How do I do that? By my attention. We keep saying it over and over and over. Fuck the world. What your mama talking about? Mama, we love you. What your daddy talking about? What your best friend? What your husband talking about? What your wife talking about? I don't care. What your kids talking about? You keep your mind stayed on thee. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. You go, awareness is going to prepare a place for you. That's where the ideas are coming from. That's where the visions are coming from. That's where the scenes in your mind are coming from. I go to prepare a place for you so that where I am, you will be also. Lord, they laid it out. My goodness, shout out to the ancient writers. Fire. I go in mind to prepare a place for you. The place has been prepared for you so that where I am, you will be also. How do you, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how I get there. Ain't no getting there. You are there. Recognize. We're talking about recognition. If you will recognize your power, if you will recognize that you are limitless, if you will recognize, oh my God, you are the world. Why would you trip over the world when you are the world? Why would you trip over haters when you are the hater that you made up? Why would you trip over pain? Why would you trip over? You are the health. You are the abundance. It's you. Sit that in your spirit. Let that sucker marinate. Sit your ass down somewhere and let the spirit come alive in you. It's there. You hear it. You feel it. You just keep turning from it. Like a dog returns to his vomit. Didn't we talk about that? So does a fool return to his folly. You keep returning to the vomit. Turn and don't look back. Turn and don't look back. Keep coming back every single time. No, turn from the nonsense and not look back, but keep coming to the power, to the truth, to the truth. I need you to say this shit in the midst of the tears, bro. This is not who I am. This is not who I am. I ain't never stuck. I ain't never stuck. This is not who I am. I ain't never broken. I ain't never damaged. I ain't never bitter either. Forget that. I ain't never sick. It's not a lie and it's not delusion. It's the fact. It's here. It's You're here. The all is here. If you were widening the perspective, I'm not asking you to try to create something that don't exist. I'm saying put your attention on what already exists. Is already there. It's already there. So if you're feeling stuck right now, it's because you don't trust yourself. Trust yourself completely. Trust yourself to make the right decisions. Trust yourself to make the right moves. Trust yourself that even when you take the first step, even when you don't see the path, it's got to be there. When I trust myself, again, when I trust someone, when I'm rolling with somebody, right? Think about going to a restaurant. You know how much trust you got to have? You don't know what's going on in the kitchen, bruh. You don't know what's going on in the kitchen. Well, look, that's why we pray over our food. I like that example. That's a good example. Who do you trust then? When you pray over your food, who do you trust? Huh? You still trusting yourself, whether you realize it or not. And I don't care what you say, you still trust the facility. Wherever you are at, the establishment you trust. Because if you went somewhere where you knew they were poisoning food, if God is all powerful, you could just pray over it, right? It should be fine. Why wouldn't you still eat it? Huh? What was that? Yeah, you wouldn't still eat it because you question it. You wouldn't trust it. So when you go in that restaurant and you eating food, there's a trust that you have. And it's blind because you don't know. You assume they're doing the right thing. You assume that they got inspectors that come and check and keep them on point. And I'm saying, what happens when you trust yourself like that? No matter what it looked like, no matter what it looked like, I'm trusting me. I ain't even got to know the details. I don't even know if the inspectors came or not. I'm trusting me 100%. I don't need no proof, nigga, because I am the proof. Once I saw it here, once I felt it, that was my proof. That was my confirmation. See, if you trusted you wouldn't need another damn sign. If you trusted you already told you. You already told you what it was. You already told you what needed to happen. You already told you what the next step was. You already told you that you good, but you don't trust that. So now you second guess every decision you make. Second guessing every damn thing. Every damn thing. This is why you stressed out. Of course you need to drink. Of course you need to smoke and eat and whatever else. Of course you need something. You better laugh. You better do something. And I'm saying, whatever, do whatever you feel the need to do. But at a certain point, if you would just say, I'm ready and it's done. I'm ready and it's done. I got your back. Talk to you like you talk to your homies. We feel so proud to be the go-to. We be so proud to be a day one. Why ain't you the day one for you? Why can't you depend on you like that? Huh? Why you don't lean on you like that? Why ain't you the lifeline for yourself? Why don't you trust your work? You be like, you almost feel offended when your homies don't trust you. It's almost offensive, right? Why you don't get offended by not trusting yourself? Why is it not offensive to you not to trust your own word, your own direction, your own intuition? You trust the impulse. That's the serpent in the garden. That's what that represents. Eve representing the soul. Got tempted. The soul got tempted. To do what? Judge by appearances. The soul got tempted to trust the outside. Judge not by appearances. Ain't that what we were told? Judge not by how it looks. Judge not by how it feels. Judge not even by how you think at the moment. Can't be stuck. It's impossible. If you're stuck right now, it's because you don't trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, it's because you don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, it's because you will not keep your focus on you. That's the only way. Anything I know, I put my attention on. The things that I know. If I ask you what's your expertise right now, you could say, I do Connect Four. That's my thing. Nah, I get on them sticks. You know what I'm saying? I do, what's the little shit? 2K, whatever. Yeah. Nah, I ball. Okay, no, I do music. That's what you know. How do you know it? Because you spend time with it. You keep your attention on it. You play it every day. Every week you giving it some love. That's how you know it, because you won with it. And the only way that you can't know you is because you ain't one with you. You don't spend no time with you. And the time that you do spend with you telling yourself all that you're not. You over there somewhere, it's looking off into the sky. Life is so hard. Lord, it's unfair. If I had known this 10 years ago, fuck that shit. We don't care about those pitiful stories no more from this day forward. That is what's going to be. I don't care what I did. I don't care what I shouldn't have done, what I should. All of that is stories. The only story right now is the one that I'm telling right now. And I'm telling the one of power. I'm telling the one of Godship. I'm telling the one of infinite possibilities that I get whatever I want. I do whatever I want. I ain't never cut off. Anything I need, baby. I create it all just by way of my awareness. I say, let there be, and there it is. I expect good things to happen to me. I expect for things to go in my favor. I expect to get the respect that I desire. I expect people to fall in line. I expect them to get behind me and listen and follow. I expect the world to show up for me. I expect the money to show up for me. I expect everything that I could possibly think that I need to be there and more. It's an expectation of mine. It's an assumption. I assume that my world takes care of me. I assume that my reality takes care of me. Why do I make those assumptions? Because I know that I am that I am. And anytime that I don't feel that I am, I come back to that fundamental question. What am I assuming? Rook, what are you assuming right now? Huh? What are you assuming? Huh? What are you assuming? You assuming you're sick? You assuming that you don't feel good? You assuming that it's hard? You assuming that the task is too tall? You're assuming that there's going to be some blowback from this? You're assuming that things could go left? You're assuming that it was supposed to come Friday, but it didn't. So now it's late. What are your assumptions, friend? This is your world. You're going to get whatever you assume you're going to get. You will experience whatever you assume you're going to experience. You're going to encounter whoever you think you are. So if you think you are, the person who always gets the second, I get the leftovers. I get almost good enough. I can never quite. Somebody used to say to me, used to grind my gears. We always behind the eight ball. It seemed like we never get in early. That's an assumption. I reject all assumptions like that. No, I'm right on time. I can never be late. I don't care what it looks like on the outside. Right on time, never late. I don't care how long ago. I don't care if somebody else figured it out 5 years ago. I don't care if somebody else figured it out 10 years ago. Every time I see that video of the brother who was telling people like back in 2000 and I don't know, whenever Bitcoin was like $1, it was like $1, $3. He was telling he did videos and was like, listen, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to understand it. Just buy it right now. Buy it right now. Buy it right now. I never saw the video then. And even if I saw it, I probably still wouldn't have bought it. That's just the truth, right? But was I late? Am I late to the game? I ain't never late to the game. I ain't never considering anything that I don't accept to be true. Never. I don't care what you see on your end. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You want to be unstuck? Then unstuck yourself. You want to unstuck yourself? Stop telling yourself that you're stuck. You see how simple that is? You see how simple that is? Somebody in the inner circle said today there was over 500 people called for jury duty. They were one of the few. They were one of the few that didn't have to stay. They didn't want to stay. They was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be chosen. And guess what? They wasn't chosen. They said, Rook, it's so crazy how easy this shit is. This is so crazy. I just been telling myself that everything works in my favor and everything been working in my favor. Ain't it a miracle? Wish I had known sooner. Don't even matter. Sooner is later than later is now, and whatever, past, present, whatever. What does any of it matter? None of it matters. Those are stories. These are stories you keep telling yourself. And I am telling you today, nigga, to snap out of it. Snap out of it. Snap out of it and get your ass back on the throne where you belong. Tell the world what it's going to do. Tell your life what it's going to be like. Tell everybody around you. Even if you tell them in mind, even if you ain't verbally telling them, you telling them consciously, listen, you getting on one accord. This what it's gonna be, whether you like it or not. This is my reality now. I'm in the driver's seat now. Everything work in my favor. I'm getting better in every way. Huh? Healthier every way, stronger in every way, every day, better, wiser, wealthier. I'm abundant in every way. I mean, abundance covers everything. They don't just cover financial. What are we saying? Who do you say I am? Who do you say you are? What do you say that you're looking at? Hmm? What do you say that you're looking at? What reality do you say you live in? My God, why in the world would you be in a reality where you're a loser? That's diabolical. That out of all the possible realities, you would choose the one that you're a loser. You would choose the one that you are lonely and unloved. You would choose the one where you were sick. You would choose the one that you couldn't get around and you got pain in your body. You would choose a reality where you were broken and abused. Why? Why? Well, Rook, that's just the facts. Well, change the facts, nigga. We don't like those facts. Let's get better facts. Give me something else. What else? It's what I say from here on out. I don't care what I've done previously. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what I done or who I did it with. This is who I am now because I said this is who I am. And because I put me on such a high pedestal, damn it, everybody else gonna put me up there. Because I value me, damn it, everybody I encounter gonna value me. Because I see me in the highest light, everybody I encounter gonna see me in the highest light. Because I love me purely, genuinely, without condition, everybody I encounter gonna do the same. You see how this ripple effect? Boom, boom. Everything get better and better. Everything to my favor. Everything in my liking. Never getting it wrong. Always getting it right. You start gliding through life. Gliding through. I'm about to tell y'all some things. Just. I'm gonna show you. Oh, I don't just talk. Just know that. Just know that. Just know that. Putting that story down. When I tell you things start shifting so rapidly. Oh my God. Oh my God. And guess who did it? Me. Guess who did all the other shit too? Me. So if you tired, then get untired. Tell yourself you ain't stop even saying that mess. Well, I'm just so you don't understand, Rook. It's so hard, then say it's easy. To him who is weak, say I am strong. The book done gave you all the guidance you could ever need if you need guidance. To him who is weak, say I am strong. What it's saying to you is put your awareness on the strength that you are. Put your awareness there. You ever seen when there's been an accident or you ever heard some of the 911 calls? Have you ever got into like the police shows or whatever? There was a really bad accident and you had a really good person who came as a good Samaritan to help. And a person could be bleeding out, have really bad injuries, and a really good support person. Really good is a word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what they do? They start talking to the person. What's your name? You have any children? Are you married? If it's a child, what's your parents' name? What school do you go to? Right? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite toy? What are they doing? What are they doing? Do you think the pain stopped just by them asking those questions? What are they doing? They're taking their attention off of the problem. They've taken their attention off of the pain. They're taking their attention off of the anxiety, right? The heart is racing. They could be worried. It could be experiencing fear. They're taking their attention off of that. And that's the key to this game. Take your attention off and you do whatever the hell is. I ain't here to tell you what the hell. I let everybody else argue about what's the best this and the best that. You do whatever is necessary. If you got to get your ass up, I remember the days being in a very tense environment. I get up at 3:30 in the morning. I needed at least 2 hours to myself. I had to have it. I had to have it. I needed to be with myself. I needed to talk to myself. I needed to pray. I needed to meditate. I needed to jot some things down. I needed it for me. You do whatever is necessary. If you need to get your ass into some meditation before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, then damn it, do it. If you need to go walking, then damn it, do it. If you need to pull that bullshit out of your diet, there's weakening you. It doesn't do anything. It don't help you feel any better. It makes you feel more sluggish. Makes you want to eat even more. You feel tired, you want to go to bed earlier, got your bowels all turned up in a knot. Clean that shit up. Clean that shit up. Turn the television off. Turn the shows off. Unfollow those people. Mute some of those words on social media. You do whatever's necessary. If it mean that much to you, you do whatever's necessary. And to keep your mind stayed on thee, you do whatever's necessary to unstuck yourself. Because it ain't no such thing. That's the moral of this story. Ain't no such thing as stuck. Ain't no such thing as nothing until you say it is. And I say that you are powerful. Do you agree? Do you come into agreement with me? I say that you have no limits. Do you come into agreement with me? It's the truth anyway. It don't matter whether you agree with me or not. I say that you're going to get whatever you want this lifetime, right now, done, finished. Do you come into agreement with me? Let's read the verse again. Let's close it out. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. You trust in that ideal with all of your mind, all of your thoughts. You keep them there. You repeat that shit as much as you need to. I don't care what you got to do. I done told you. Lean not into your own understanding. Lean not into doubts. Lean not into fears. You don't fight with them. Resist nothing now. We resist nothing. You just let it know. I see you, but no, not my assumption, not my reality, not my assumption. Swipe, swipe, not my assumption, not my reality. Damn, I got a bump on my leg. It's looking like it might be. Swipe, not my assumption, not my reality. Damn, I done broke out. Damn, I wonder if I got not my assumption, not my reality. The doctor said my numbers are up. I might be not my assumption, not my reality. Damn, I thought I had met somebody I really like and they ain't returned my call. I guess they ain't interested. Not my assumption, not my reality. Maybe they busy. They had a busy day. They was working. They ain't forget about you. Maybe they ran into something unexpected. They've been in the hospital with somebody. You don't know. Why you always got to go to worst case scenario? Not my assumption, not my reality. Boom. I lean not into the doubts. In all the ways I acknowledge the truth, I acknowledge this is what it is from here on out. I acknowledge that this, no matter what I haven't known for however long I think I haven't known it, I got it now. I got it now. I acknowledge that it's easy. I acknowledge that it's my birthright. And then I allow that to direct my path. I allow my awareness to direct my path because I'm going to know what to do. See, when I trust myself, I'm going to know. I ain't gotta fight with it. I'm gonna know the right move. I'm gonna know whether do I need to sell that? Do I need to buy that? Do I need to move there? Do I need to not move there? Do I need to stay with them? Leave them? Do I need to keep the job? Not keep the job? Do I need to start the business? Not start the business? I'm gonna know because I trust myself. Those are your marching orders. Thank you. Got it. Peace.